Alright, what's up everybody? Gotta move the mic a little closer. I have been wanting to make this video for a while, and this video will be what are the tips and tricks for a hardcore character. So I started off with hardcore veteran, and I did engineer just because I heard it was easy. I thought it was, I saw other people doing it, and you know what? It was really, it was for veteran hardcore. It was pretty easy. I'll be honest. Having that extra ammo and having a turret to help mow down enemies, there's nothing like it. But then I tried doing what I thought was the impossible, which was apocalypse hardcore, and it took me 7 hours and 40 minutes, but I did it. I was able to do it, and I'm gonna go through what some of the things that I learned, and I'll show you my final build that really helped me navigate the hardcore waters. So I ended up, as you see, with 6 hearts. I started off with the Challenger class. You can see that with my shotgun and the Magnum. So what's important here is when I did my hardcore runs, I always tried to buy the Magnum. The Magnum has a 20% stagger modifier, and equip it with the heal shot. It's great. Stagger is super important for hardcore. A lot of these pistols, like the repeater pistols, are the ones that you buy that come with, like the Dog, for example, or the Invader. They don't have a stagger. It's like, or it's even like negative like 10%, as you see there, or negative 5%. Staggering is super important because if you can hit an enemy and get them to stop what they're doing, it gives you more time to think. No stagger, no time. So if you're going to be doing a hardcore run, my first piece of advice is to get the Silverback model handgun. Now, I like Challenger because it gives you a shotgun and a pistol. This is decent range. This has terrible range, but when you get good at this shotgun, it becomes such a fantastic weapon. And late game against Cancer, Venom, and Annihilation, this gun is super, super OP. Like, you get plenty of opportunities to hit them up close, and that's all you're doing with Cancer and Annihilation. So it's like, it's super awesome. I got bottom feeder from running into whatever you call them, the corrupted elites. I got 2 of them, and this, by the way, I love this great sword. You can see that I put my points into vigor, I put my points into skill cooldown, and then some into mod gen. I've seen some people put it into bark skin. Go for it. Honestly, skill cooldown is super important because you're going to want to buy Invader, because it's going to give you the peace of mind that if you're 1 or 2 hits away from dying, you've procced your Black Cat Ring, you've procced your Challenger Prime perk, which another reason why I like Challenger is if you die, you'll regen 75% of your health every 10 minutes. So like, you get basically with the Black Cat Band and Challenger, you get 2 lives to spare. Now, I did run Handler as well at certain parts in my hardcore run. So I always buy Challenger first, then I usually buy the Dog, and then I'll end up buying Invader to end the game. You can do it any way you want. Honestly, the first class you should buy is Handler or Challenger. If you're new to this, if you're doing a veteran hardcore mode, I would say get Handler first. If you're going APOC hardcore, I say get Challenger. They both have their merits. Handler comes with a long range rifle, really nice. Don't have to get up and close and personal, and you could always buy the Magnum. And the Dog acts as a decoy. It acts as another body, which is fantastic. You pop your perk. If we look at the perk here, when you press it, it reduces damage to allies, and it generates threat, which means all the damage, the enemies will come towards the Dog, right? And that's great. So that gives you, once again, reduced pressure, reduced stress. There is also the prime perk. When you get down, the handler will revive you at 50% max health, but the dog must be alive and they must be within a certain distance from what I've learned, and that is okay. And look, the dog also takes well, that actually doesn't matter. That was I was thinking about something else, but that's it. So both the challenger and the doggo give you an extra life, and the black cat band as well. Now this is actually how I ended my run for the veteran hardcore. I got the black cat band, Reggie. I got the Dran scavenger ring, Reggie. Sustain is super important with hardcore. It's super, super important. Once I get the encrypted ring, once again, super important. I get an additional 20% health per heal shot. So it heals for 35% when I run over it. It heals for 20% when I proc it. So I'm getting 55% health regenerated, and it should be a percentage-based health. I also randomly got Spirit Healer, so I'm actually healing 60% per mod shot, which is incredible. It's great. I didn't really have to use a lot of my Dragonheart relics. And you can see what I ended up getting on that one as well. I put health, I put stamina recovery, put healing effectiveness. Anything that will help me utilize my health and stamina is great. Talking about that, look at my weight. When I get the challenger or I get the handler, I always change my clothes to try to get to the medium normal dodge. You can get, like, you start off with Lidos, and that one is super heavy. Where is it at? Is that what it is? Da, 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 da. I think that's it. I don't know. And it's literally like the heaviest weight, and you get the slow dodge. You get 50% stamina cost penalty, right? Even with challenger. So that's not good for hardcore. Stamina is kind of life. So I just, like, you know what? I'll use these guys right here. No big deal. 49.5 gets me right there at the medium threshold. You want that. That's and you can always buy clothes from the store as well. So I got the Cataloger's Jewel, by the way. It automatically generates 8 mod power. So yeah, I got Losum on this run. I got the Phelan, I believe. And I was able to get this ring, and that automatically generates 8 mod power. And that, once again, allows me to keep popping mods. So this one right here is actually going to be the one ring that you're going to want to be able to exchange throughout for per needed. Right, so like this right here is super useful for getting through Labyrinth as well. This ring, super OP. This one, I know is a ring that you'll get in a particular area. You have to go up a shaft and get to it. I think it's like Vault of the Formless. So I look in all the side dungeons, I see what the names are, and I'll be like, oh, okay. For example, in Nerud, I always look for Dormant Nerudian Facility because I want to get the Toxic Release Valve, and if it's not there, that's okay. By the way, I've learned that if you go into the in Nerud, where the custodian is, if you drop down that little pathway, because there's a secret pathway down there, if you look where like the keys are, if you're missing 2 of the keys, you have Dormant Nerudian Facility. So that's really cool too to know. But this one's great because as you kill enemies, you'll generate health. Beautiful. Otherwise, the reserve boosting gem, anything that gives you health back, beautiful. I mainly ran these guys in this slot right here. I didn't need mod power if I was just going to be regenning the whole time. And then that was really it. Really, I got some pretty crap rings this run, which is kind of crazy. Increase all damage by 7%. I think I got that one early, so I was like, that's nice. I got the emergency switch, a super useful amulet. I got lucky with the health relics here. So you'll always have at least one relic. So after 60 seconds after using your last one, you get it back. So that's amazing. I got Stalker's Band. I used that brand. I used that one for quite a bit of it. Jester's Bell also was really useful. I think I used that one for a majority of my run, actually. Giving me that 20% increase to all damage by popping a mod. And then combine it with that, you always have a mod up. It's just super useful. So you're going to be looking for combinations, right? So for the gun, once again, I used the Bulldog, put Hot Shot on it, and then I got Invader. So like that's just honestly super useful stuff. For your inventory, you are going to want to try to conserve as many luminite as possible. And then something else that's super useful is when you go buy stuff from Reggie.
Wait,
Not Reggie.
I need more salt?
This dude.
I'm saying you need
Mudtooth. This thing right here is super useful. The root water is going to be a like freaking lifesaver for you. Pop it and you get health. Like you regen health. So like if you're like the hardest part about hardcore is sustain. So it regenerates 0.75 health per second. Just to put this in perspective, that's obviously less than 1%, right? And if you get more health, it's less percentages, right? But look at this ring right here. You get 0.33 health per second. So if you actually put this ring on with it, you're getting back 1 health per second. And if you go below 2, or 50%, you're getting like 2.7 health per second back. Combine that with this, combine that with this, your health is always going to be like coming back and for more. Or even this one right here, right? If you get the low yield recovery ring. But it's dangerous to explore side dungeons in hardcore modes because you don't want to come across an elite or a corrupted elite. Excuse me. That, is too much for you. And so honestly too, if you come up across a corrupted elite and you're like, there's no way I can do this. It's simple. Turn and run. Go back to the start of the level. Leave the stage. Leave the area. You don't have to always keep pressing forward. Positioning is going to be key here. But my dude, stay safe. Remember, you can't kill anybody if you're dead. So, a couple other things. You're not going to reach level 10 with your prime perk. You're only going to be able to get some damage increase. And here's another thing why I like the Challenger perk. 21% damage increase at level 6. And you're fighting Cancer up close. And Annihilation and Venom up close at the very end. Super, super useful. This right here, once again, super useful for that. When you get to the Root Earth and you get to the end, the sieges, I put the dog on and let the enemies go for the dog, and it allows me to run past everything. And then when I get to other parts with like the 2 big flowers, they're purple flower looking at elites, like I pop the dog and he does all the hard work for me, and I just have to apply my hot shot and kill everything and stay alive at that point. And also the great thing about Challenger 2 is this perk right here, this skill. So I apologize. If they're right in front of your grill, you just pop that Q and you have immediate clear. It's super, super, super useful. So yeah, that would be some tips and tricks that I have learned for hardcore mode. Now, I already know. People out there arguing. I read the Reddit threads all the time.
I could use that.
What should I start off with? And Challenger gets wrecked all the time. I don't like Challenger. It's not the best class. It's blah, blah, blah. It's too heavy. You need to be able to roll. Honestly, I love starting with Challenger. It's my favorite for hardcore apocalypse. Gunslinger's a lot of fun. Engineer's really good. I would say if you're going to do a veteran hardcore, I would say Engineer's a great class to start with. Just make sure you get Challenger afterwards, please. Right? Make sure you build up enough money to buy Challenger. Don't do Summoner. Handler's really good to start off with in APOC again. So let's just go ahead and start with... let's just start with Handler, right? I'm going to show you some tips. So if you do not buy the Ultimate Edition, you don't get a little extra. If you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get a little extra in the beginning. I'll show you here what I'm talking about. This is odd. I most certainly... Oh my! We are a little treat here, ladies and gentlemen. Ah! 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 I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm at level 8. I'm at the hatchery. I'm at the primogenitor. This is kind of crazy. I'm gonna save this and start a new profile. So that's a little insane there that just happened. I think I know what happened. I was playing around with my profiles because I'm playing different bosses. So that way I can create my boss how-to series, and I think it might have oversaved my profile there. So that's really odd how that just happened. You learn a little something about game design there. Interesting. So let's exit to main menu. Let's create another profile from scratch. So if you're watching this video, hey, welcome to some typical Remnant 2 shenanigans. Fun times. So what did we do? What did we start with? By the way, I've done a alchemist. Oh, that's a ritualist. I've done a ritualist run. I've been calling him alchemist. How crazy! And ritualist is a lot of fun to start off with, by the way. The problem with ritualist is that he's really weak for the first 4 levels, but around like level 4 or 5, it starts to switch. It becomes really powerful. The shotgun becomes more powerful than the repeater pistol around like 4 or 5. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so I don't know what exactly you guys have if you don't have the Ultimate Edition, but if you do not, if you have the ability to change clothes, go ahead and change clothes. Otherwise, you have a weight of 32.8, and that's fine. That'll get you your medium rolls. Let's not change it. So if you have the Ultimate Edition, you'll be able to do what I do in my start. Go to her first, always, and you're going to want to craft something. Now, we all start off with 1,300. This is free. In order to buy something, it's 1,500. Now, this right here comes with the, from what I have gathered, the ultimate package or the ultimate DLC for Remnant 2. My buddy said he doesn't have this on his account. He does just the generic Remnant 2. So he doesn't get to sell this for $250 and buy another perk here. So I would say if you're in that boat, get the hot shot or get the healing shot. You have 1,300 left. No big deal. Get the heal shot. Remember, it's all about staying alive. You don't need that extra damage, and you're fine. So I'm not even gonna use the experience pots, but I'm gonna go straight to Reggie, and I'm gonna ensure my survival. And if I was you, if you are on normal, if you don't have the Ultimate Edition, get the Black Cat ring, get the Dran Scavenger ring. Beautiful. 300 left. I don't know if you'll have all this extra stuff as well. Don't sell anything else, right? You need all of that, and you'll be good to go. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you 2 lives. You're going to have that, which the prime perk is the downed companion. You'll have another down for free every 2 minutes. And this will actually give you your 8% damage buff, and it will regen health for you. And really, you know, you have 1,300, you have 300 gold. You really only need 1,200 more, and you can get your hot shot. So let's talk about the stages. Narud, Losum, and freaking Yeisha. I love getting Yeisha and Narud first. I love Yeisha, then Narud. I hate getting Losum, and here's why. The chance at getting the Kiln or the Sunken Heart as your second stage is absolutely brutal. It's so brutal. I love that Losum has so many resources and so many boxes, and you can really get you can get a ton of resources. But it's brutal because the fire enemies have so much extra health and you have to melee them, and it takes so long, and they can one-shot you. It just takes so much longer to get through it, especially right off the rip. And I just, if I get caught, it's Cotton's Kiln. If I get Cotton's Kiln or Sunken Heart, I'm just not a fan of it. Sometimes Cass will have a ring,
feels like anything. Yeah, hell, maybe.
Which, let's get through her stuff. She does not have it with her, but she gets this ring. It's a green ring, and God, I forget what it's called, but it allows you to to get rid of all status effects when you reach 25% health, and it makes you immune to status effects. So if you do get Cotton's kiln, she has this ring. It looks like it's a green looking ring. If she has it, I definitely recommend buying it. If you do Cotton's kiln. Also, if you get against go up against Magister Dulane, get that ring. So I'm just going to talk real quick about starting. You can always re-roll your campaign if you don't like what you started with, right? If you don't like Nerud, go ahead and restart it, right? There's Losum, Morrow Parish. Morrow Parish isn't bad, but you actually have to do a little bit more for Morrow Parish in order to get through it. It's like another hour's worth of play time. Well, back to Nerud. Honestly, Seeker's Rest is fine. I like doing Nerud last because I'm super confident against Talratha and Shahala. I actually have them in my inventory. I have to go through them and make a breakdown video of them, but there are so many videos of them out there. I was like, oh, I don't really need that yet. And so once again, I'm just going through some basics to start off with. The most important part of the hardcore run is, to me, the first hour and the last hour. You want to make sure that you are building up your arsenal for that last hour. When you get Nerud, you have to look for the dormant Nerudian facility. Because if you get that toxic release valve, it makes everything so much easier. Now this is what I'm talking about, by the way, with stagger. I can continuously shoot this gun and it's not going to do anything to that dude. He's just going to keep walking forward. Same thing with this. There's no stagger potential on this gun. Like on this handgun. Sure, it shoots really fast and a lot of bullets, but there's no stagger potential. Look, -10. What's this one? 0. So like when the enemies are around you and they've surrounded you, you have to be like spot on. You have to be good. Like you have to know how to move properly, and in order to beat hardcore, you're gonna have to learn how to move properly. I mean, just naturally, that's gonna have to happen, right? You're gonna have to learn boss, the bosses, what they look like, their move sets, their kits, positioning is gonna be key, like all of that.
I have many questions.
By the way, their weak points are their shoulders. Just a little FYI, hey, we're getting a little scrap. And see how much the work the dog does. So the dog is cool because you press Q and you can like move the dog wherever you want. And then if you hold Q, like go over there, good boy. Hold Q, and everybody's going towards the dog now. Nice little get out of jail. Yeah, don't be afraid to break pots in this game, and don't be afraid to go farm for extra scrap. I find that I get anywhere between, like, I would say 1,000 to 2,000 scrap when I do my hardcore runs just from like breaking stuff, and that's a ring or two, or that's a ammo box, or that's 2 concoctions from Reggie, which are super useful to stay alive. How much I got? 315. And honestly, I feel way better having the Black Cat ring and the Dragon Scavenger ring right off the rip than starting without it. When you start without it, I've been doing, like I said, the Ritualist lately. I've been trying to do a Ritualist run, and I don't have the Black Cat band, and it sucks to get like 30 minutes through this first part and to die at the very end, and you're like, man, I had everything I need for it. So do a scope, find the quickest path, try to find as much scrap as possible, avoid these dudes in the beginning if possible. Yep, I'm already hit. But Dragon Scavenger ring, oh, look at that. So I noticed these guys, a couple shots and move, couple shots and move, and that's just gonna be your best bet. So I need to get my heal shot back up, and really I should put my heal shot on my pistol because you're gonna get more pistol ammo. Oh, once again, I'm not really a fan of this. Oh no, that can one-shot kill you. And they track. Watch out, elites could be coming up soon. Usually when you fight these guys, they wait for you to burn all your resources, and then the elite shows up. And that's another reason why this game is crazy in the very beginning. Ooh, I think that gives me reduced recoil and spread, so that's cool. It'll help me aim. So that's nice. Look in the ground. There's a dude over here. Try to save some ammo. Hey dog, get him. Oh, listen for the noises, and you're gonna get a good feeling in this game for when elites are gonna show up. Which I have a feeling elite's about to show up. As I say it, I'm about to die. And I don't think I have what it takes to beat that thing. So this is a good lesson that I just taught you. If you don't think you can kill it, then run away. Now, the reason I say that is because this particular elite has a shield. And it takes a massive amount of ammo to get rid of that shield and then to deal damage against it. It has thick skin, it has spiteful, and it has detonate. So this is just not a fair fight at all. So once again, do not be afraid to run back. And this is actually where I'm going to end the video. Even if I had hotshot, this fight would be so unfair at the moment. And also, I shouldn't be at level 2 for Phantom Wasteland. That's a bug that they should have gotten rid of. I should still be at 1. Whatever. I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to start from fresh, and I'm going to run through the video from start to finish. And look at that. I even missed free scrap right there. So, like I said, guys, if you come across an elite and it's too much, just run around, turn around, go back. And we're not all pros here. You're just trying to stay alive and do your run. And I'll show you when I go back out. The elite should be gone. Sometimes if there's a if you did the strategy I just told you, there's a redstone on the other side of that wall. It won't let you touch it. They'll say, oh, you're still in combat, so you gotta run away a little bit farther and then turn around and come back, and everything should be good to go. And whoa, we're floating.
Yeah.
We're good to go. We're back. We know what's up. I can reevaluate. I know where my red is. I know that there's scrap over there. Actually, I now would go along that way. I'd go along the edge. Then I would go down to the custodian. By the way, go to the custodian. And then when you go in, look to the left, go down, right, the path, and you'll find that there's like an electrical circuit that you can get, and it's 750 scrap, and it's big time. So yeah, that's it for this video. I know it's about a 30-minute video. It has a lot of my thoughts, and there's probably some stuff I missed, but truly, Challenger is not a bad class. It is one of the best classes out there. Honestly, truly, it has the best, has really good weapons, has really good prime perk, has really good close-up damage. Like, there's just so much good for it. Handler's really good, Invader's good, and Engineer's good. Those would be my recommendations for a hardcore run. If you want more information, just shoot me some in the comments. Let me know. I'll make more videos about it. I'll talk my thoughts. But I've done hardcore Apocalypse, and I've probably died 50 times trying to do it. No, without a doubt, died every way possible. So I have a lot of experience. Just ask me some questions, and hopefully some videos will find you well when you watch them. So take care, guys.